homeless people like us.
But we try our best.
We try to be nice, but they just be assholes.
I'm against the state, I'm against capitalism.
You're against capitalism. Why are you against capitalism?
Because capitalism is organized crime.
It's the legitimate, in the words of Al Capone, capitalism is the legitimate racket of the ruling class.
That's right.
No.
Being against capitalism doesn't mean rearranging wealth, because that's still capitalism. We want the abolition of wage slavery.
We want the wage system.
So what would you rather have in its place? Socialism?
Worker-owned and run cooperatives. So you know how the argument about socialism is that works great on a small scale? In that case, why not break up power, break up economic, political, and social power into small enough components where everybody runs on a small scale? Say there's plenty of co-ops in town. Nearly everything, factories, apartment buildings would be organized as co-ops. So tenants living in an apartment building.
How do you propose we get there?
That's the tricky one. It's going to take a couple generations at the least. Like, it's not going to be all of a sudden. It's not going to be some event. Like, someday the entire world wakes up. It's going to be a process.
So you're not advocating revolution?
Well, we are, but revolution doesn't mean just like...
Yeah, revolution can mean a ton of different things.
Like, yeah. I mean, so we're already building that world right now. We have to think about, like...
Yeah. What about people like me who don't want to participate in your socialist co-op?
Well, the thing is, see...
You can break up and form something else that works out. Like, we aren't exactly socialists.
You're free to organize your world how you want.
Then why don't you just form a co-op on your own land and leave everybody else alone?
Because we don't have land.
Destroying the planet.
Because in that case, there'll still be things like governments can come in and mess with us. Like,
no, I'm saying that if we're all co-ops, we obviously wouldn't have huge militaries or F-18s. So what would happen? Would the totalitarian countries take us all over?
No, what would happen is the whole idea behind this is that if one of these different elements goes out of line, like starts fighting, starts doing any of that stuff, the idea is that everyone bands together temporarily, defeats them, and everything goes back to the way it was. Okay. That's the whole idea.
So what do you think about corporations in general right now?
I think that
the
they're...
latest stage of capitalism, they're obviously awful.
You can't hear it, you need to be closer.
Corporations are just like the latest stage of capitalism. They're like really destructive, and just because they can't even think, obviously they're not people like capitalists used to be, so they're just like even more destructive than capitalists used to be.
And they have all the rights of people, but no body to incarcerate.
Still, it's just the latest stage of capitalism. And
so you hate it?
What's that?
You hate it?
Yeah, we hate corporations, we hate capitalism. That's the gap I was trying to bridge that Occupy doesn't always bridge, is the idea that corporations are just the latest stage of capitalism, and capitalism has always been awful and always been exploitation. And so getting rid of corporations isn't necessarily the goal, although it's just like part of what we have to destroy.
Okay.
We are the 99% and you are the 99% and we are the 99% and you are the 99%!
I don't know. I hate cops. Anarchy. I hate cops.
Is that flag upside down?
Yes. No!
Which is that if we don't do something, the water's going to keep getting closer and closer to boiling, and we're all going to die. You know, the system can't do anything about its own shortcomings and its unsustainability. Politicians know. Okay, it's one thing, you know, war kills people, lack of healthcare kills people, all this food's toxic and up, but the fact of the matter is that our life support systems are failing, and that if we don't do something, the carrying capacity of this planet is going to drop, and we are going to see the bloodiest era of all recorded history. Well, see, here's the thing, is that no revolution we've ever seen, no government structure we've ever seen will be sufficient. Actually, it's already happening, and basically it's pretty common sense when you think about it. That's the point. That's what we're worshiping when we bow down to this flag. One God, one nation, blah, 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 blah. What I'm referring to is a structure, a social structuring that is not top down. There is no leaders, there is no authority. the authority is in the legitimacy of what is spoken. So if I give a really good point and no one can knock it, people can only add to it, or when people try to insult it, it's based upon...
A lot of times people, just because they can't knock it, they still disagree and will refuse to obey it.
That's true.
Okay. I see you're carrying wooden swords. Would you mind letting me know why you're carrying those?
Oh, well, actually, I was planning on doing a few things today. Every world citizen has access to a healthy shelter. I mean,
Was that?
at what point are we happy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shut the up once people I know are fed and sheltered, and once we're taken care of. I am talking about taxless private jets, and that is your money, and that isn't right. So if you're going to look at things from right and wrong and who's spending your money without earning it, it would be the taxless private jets and the million dollars estates and all the, you know, the Swiss bank accounts that you don't get to look into. You think these super PACs mean anything? We are here to tax the rich. A government that would look completely unlike this one. This one has representatives and officials that officially screw us, frankly. But more realistically, a horizontal government that has no bodies of government. Let's feed everyone, let's house everyone, let's shelter everyone.